Hello everyone, welcome back to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I am Brad.
And I'm Holly.
Today we are back with a bourbon this time. We did a blend on the last video, we did a rye the video before, but we're back to what we love the most on this channel, and that is good bourbon. And oh boy, do we have a heavy hitter in bourbon right now especially. This bottle is very sought after. Would you like to tell the nice people how you found this bottle? Before we reveal they know because they saw the I'll throw it. They saw the thumbnail, so it's E.H. Taylor single barrel. Now, how did you acquire this bottle at retail, Holly?
So, I was on lunch yesterday and I said, maybe I'll go pick up some public subs for us. And their liquor store hasn't gotten anything allocated as far as we know yet. And there was a truck there doing delivery, so I was like, I'm gonna go meander into the liquor store. I walk in. There's like a couple employees standing around a couple boxes on the floor, and they're checking in a slew of allocated items,
including Blanton's Gold,
Stag, Buffalo Trace,
which I got another bottle of Stag too.
Thanks to me as well.
Yes, thanks to
a case of E.H. Taylor, and then the way they do allocate at Publix, it looks like, is so there's a box that's open, and that's just kind of a mishmash of what the store is going to get, in addition to like the regular small batch and the Buffalo Trace. And there was one E.H. Taylor barrel sticking out. I was like, can I please get that as soon as you're done checking everything in? Like, the shipment had just come off the truck. And sure enough, they rang it up. Retail, I think it was $70.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. We had just gotten Blanton's Gold, and Brad's been on the hunt for another Stag, and they were kind enough to put another one aside for him to come grab it. But it was definitely the first allocated, and all of the Publix team members were
putting things aside for themselves.
So I think if I wasn't...
Which, to be fair, on your first allocated drop, I don't really have a problem with that.
But like, maybe do that in the back.
Yeah.
That's my thing. But
it is kind of a bad look.
Because
Publix.
typically you're supposed to be allowed to get one of each item, and she told me I could only get one out of all the allocated things they got, which I'm not going to argue with you. They were very kind.
Well, personally, I think it should be one allocated item per person.
To give more people a chance.
Correct. Because you could have gotten a Blanton's Gold, a Stag, and an E.H. Taylor, and
no, she didn't.
No one else would have gotten anything, essentially. So, like, I'm okay with one allocated item.
She didn't deny me anything. She was very kind, and I was like, well, can I have my fiance come by? He's really looking for another Stag, and they were kind enough to put that behind the counter. They only got 2 Stags in. This was the only E.H. Taylor
that
single
wasn't
barrel.
Small batch. Yeah, it was the only one that wasn't small batch. So the only E.H. Taylor we need now to complete our E.H. Taylor vertical, with the exception of like the Amaranth Grain of the Gods, the Warehouse C, which actually we were talking today, and we might pull the plug at some point. We might
Probably
pull the trigger, not pull the plug, pull the trigger.
So that it is.
Well, at some point, maybe for like a wedding thing for us, it would be something like that. But that would be not anytime soon, and like way down the line. But just because it's a cool tornado.
But if you've had it, let us know if it's any good. If it's even worth.
Yeah, because if it's terrible, I'm not interested. Even if it's rare.
I just like that the label's turquoise.
Yeah,
that's my favorite color of my favorite bourbon.
All right, so let's get into this bottle here.
We digress. What is the one we need? That's what you're trying to say.
Oh, the one we need is the barrel proof.
Okay.
That's the last one we need is the barrel proof.
But when rye came through as like all the major stores, we were able to find one at Winn-Dixie.
Yep.
Now this is the one circulating Orlando, so hopefully barrel proof will be the one, and we get lucky with that.
That'd be great. So we've come across it one time in public, and we didn't know what it was at the time. And it bums me out. It was. I went back and looked at the photos. It was a barrel proof. It was Target 129, which is kind of high.
We were like 129. We had never even had E.H. Taylor before.
And we were like, we'll get it when we get to the distillery, because we didn't know the difference. Like, total noob move, and
we thought it was the one they released at the distillery.
Yeah, we could have had it, but it's okay. It's okay. Now, full disclosure on this bottle. We actually decided to not open it for we're still gonna do a proper review of it, but we're not gonna do the opening thing. Yeah, Holly wanted to do it just with us last night, so we opened it, and it's really good. So let's get into it. I want to go ahead and get it because I'm excited to try this again, and this is probably the last time we have this for a while.
It is very different than small batch, so don't go in thinking, oh, this is going to be an elevated small batch. I mean, maybe your single barrel bottle might be, but this to me was very different.
This bottle actually reminded me more of the Jack Daniel's 12 year than it reminded me of E.H. Taylor small batch.
Yeah, look how dark that is compared to...
Wish we'd have brought the regular E.H. Taylor in here, but whatever. Doing small amounts of this too.
This is E.H. Taylor, 100 proof.
100 proof. Yep. Every E.H.
Bond.
Taylor is bottled and bond.
It's getting on the label.
Oh, yikes. I didn't touch that.
Yeah. Let's get a nap. I love the just simple changes to their labels. Like, it's just a little... The only reason I knew it was something different was because it's the different color writing, which is really
We've
neat.
seen the small batch one enough. So I actually took some notes last night when we were doing this. By the way, I highly recommend this whiskey tasting notebook. I carry it with me whenever I go to a restaurant. I'm a complete dork, and you can too.
Thanks to Amazon.
My Amazon affiliate link will be down in the description. So try this out. It's pretty. One thing I don't like about it is the wheel kind of sucks, but there's a notes section that's really cool. But I did take a few notes on this last night, and the few things I got off of it, or a few notes that I put, rather.
I will say it smells a little bit different than last night.
It's opened up. Let's look at it.
Yeah.
I said it was very strong strawberry on the nose. I still stand by that. Normal E.H. Taylor gives you like a green apple caramel note. This to me was strawberry, oak, and chocolate powder.
Yep.
It still smells like that to me.
And a little bit of caramel, but nowhere
Little
near
bit,
small batch.
No. Small batch is like a caramel dripped apple. Like it is so good. I mean, this is too, just a different way. And I also said there's like a funky soaked wood note, like old oak.
On the palate, yes.
Let's go get them out of here.
Oh, that's so good. It's better today.
Yeah, it is.
Very, very chocolate on the palate.
Chocolate, brown sugar, smoke, oak, and tobacco on the palate. That's what I get on that.
Yeah, I'm not getting the leather on the palate today. I'm getting chocolate and leather, which sounds really gross, but it's delicious.
Also on the nose, it kind of smells like if you've ever opened a box of cigars with like some kind of sweeter smelling cigars, and that kind of smells like a cigar box. And there's some leather there too, for sure. It's so good. I'm going to reiterate what she said. It is not small batch. It is its own thing completely. A lot of times, like, remember when we did the single barrel of Sazerac rye, and it was just like, it was so close to regular Sazerac. I liked it. She's a hater.
This is interesting. This says these select, so they choose them for single barrel. These select barrels are allowed to age as long as they need to.
Interesting.
So I guess they kind of keep trying it every once in a while, and then once it's...
It says, Colonel Edmund Haynes Taylor Jr. demanded perfection. His uncompromising standards for the highest quality whiskey are legendary. Accordingly, the barrel selected for this single barrel bourbon comes from the best location in a warehouse constructed by him, Taylor. Barrels aging in the heart of these warehouses are routinely evaluated to identify whiskeys with the richest and most complex flavors. You nailed this one.
Yeah.
These select barrels are allowed to age as long as necessary to reach their peak maturity.
That's
Each
really
barrel is then bottled individually, one barrel at a time, for an uncompromised taste. The single barrel bourbon is a tribute to the legendary Colonel E.H. Taylor Jr., a name synonymous with top most classed whiskey.
I do wish that they told you the barrel numbers, though, because, like, what if we really love this one and we saw it? You're not going to see this on a shelf, a whole slew of them. But if we did and we're like, oh, I wonder if it's the same.
Yeah, that is a bummer. I wish there were,
I wonder if that has any institute. No. I don't know.
We can call them. There's a number on the back of the bottle and see if there's any information on it. I don't know how they would identify it.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that I love is when you get that handwritten thing. This is the barrel number. Like Blanton's does it. Like handwritten, this is the barrel number. This is really good. I really, really like this. I wish we could get another one of these because don't you think it's more Jack Daniel's 12 than it is E.H. Taylor Small Batch? Is that just a me thing?
Last night I would have said yes. Today I don't get that.
Really?
Today I feel like it's more...
That leather note is so good.
I didn't like the Jack 10 and 12. I didn't like the 12 was the one I didn't really like, right? That was the one that was like leather, pack of cigarettes next to... Like, that was not for me.
A pack of cigarettes?
I don't feel like this was...
Marlboro Reds.
I don't feel like this gives that vibe.
I get the same leather note.
Yes.
The same leather note.
You see what I'm saying about
yeah,
that?
Yeah, for sure. It's so good. Mm-hmm. This is such a home run.
Again, good word.
I have not had anything from E.H. Taylor that I was like, it's all right. The rye was probably the closest to that, because I'm just not a big rye person, but I'm glad we have that bottle. But I tasted it a few days ago, and I was like, this is like chocolate. Like it tasted.
Really?
Remember, I brought it in. Remember?
Oh yes.
Yeah, I brought it in. I was like, it's this. I was like, this for some reason is like chocolate cereal or something. It was so good. So
Weird.
you crushed it finding this. I mean, like this is like a find of the year, honestly. Outside of the Jack Daniel's 12, this is like the biggest find of the year
For whatever
so far.
reason, this is my
You
lucky
always
thing
have
to
luck with
find.
E.H. Taylor. No, me never. Me never.
You
How
got
many?
Stag. Be happy
How
about
many
it.
times have I gone into that liquor store, and you go in one time and you find Blanton's,
little
Blanton's
lunch.
Gold, Stag, E.H. Taylor.
And who knows what else was in the box?
Who knows? We'll never know. But you know who will know? The people who work at Publix. And they'll take it home and they'll sell it on the secondary market because that's what people do. Most liquor stores, just for the record, Publix, most liquor stores don't let their employees buy allocated items.
Yeah.
Just so you know,
That was important.
I'm tagging Publix in this video. So just so you know, Publix, that's not normally how things are done. Because the reason you get allocated things is because people come in and buy certain bottles. The people who buy those bottles should get those allocated items. Just some little feedback for you. But that's it from us today. That was very passive aggressive. I will see you guys on the next video. Until then,
Cheers.
happy 4th of July. Cheers.